As a measure to control and minimize further spreading and exposure to the COVID-19 pandemic, the government has suspended international travels, which, according to the Tourism Board of Namibia, will affect Namibia's main tourism source markets and result in the industry's national GDP contribution decreasing significantly. In 2018, the sector generated 1.74 billion Namibia dollars in revenue.
But it's not only the Namibian government. That was followed by the European governments themselves also within this week that they are going to seal off all their borders. So both ways, the decisions have been taken either way, which have resulted in decline in international travel. And because of such nature, cancellations were made. And these cancellations have resulted in cash flow problem for the tourism industry, because you can only realize this cash or this income once a tourism is on your property or within your country and has consumed the product. Now with the 50% down within a month's time, of course it erodes another 2 billion out of 7, which would have probably increased. That means in general, the contribution of tourism industry to the national GDP for 2020 will be significantly lesser. This probably has another consequent impact in terms of employment, because if the business owners do not have cash, then therefore it makes it difficult for them to be paying salaries. So the industry has, amongst others, been considering putting people on forced unpaid leave. Some are considering closing shop. Of course, there are quite a lot of discussions happening also with the financial institutions to see whether they cannot ease the repayment time of some of the loans that the industry is having. But of course, no tangible decision has been made in this regard. So this is the situation that we are currently having.
Despite the outbreak, businesses in the tourism industry, such as the Namibia Wildlife Resorts, are still open for business, but have implemented strict sanitation and hygiene measures, welcoming and encouraging clients to take due care and exercise hygiene on their part.
Something that was of concern is obviously jobs, because I think a number of individuals that are currently working at tourism establishments are worried. If they're not clients, what does this basically mean for us? So we have had different meetings with the minister in order for us to find out what can we possibly do. Obviously, some of these things are out of his hands because it's more of a whole industry-wide that is affected. However, from our side, what we can safely say is NWR. What we are currently doing is looking at mitigating factors, and one of them is not looking at taking people out of their jobs, but we're looking at what can we possibly do to sustain the jobs and also sustain our business as is. And what I can safely say is currently we're open. So for those that want to visit us, come visit us, support the business, support the industry, because without your support, essentially there's not going to be anybody that is able to serve. And if nobody is able to serve, that means those jobs are going to be taken away. As an establishment, we've always maintained high hygiene levels. So because of the coronavirus, we have just simply stepped up what we're able to do. So for those that are going to public places, so whether it's our swimming pool, whether it's our restaurant, whether it's a bar, whether it's whatever place that you can possibly go where there are quite a number of people, what we're ensuring is that we ask you as a client to safeguard yourself and also safeguard our staff.
The Tourism Board further revealed that businesses will have to refund clients who plan to travel to Namibia and those clients whose trips were cut short, encouraging businesses to introduce travel specials for locals to remedy the cost involved in refunds.
Another measure we are looking at trying to cushion some of these impacts is to see whether locals, as the Namibians residents, cannot travel within our own country, because currently government has not made a position of intra-Namibia travel. So that is what we are looking at, but we are waiting from the government to see whether there are going to be any further measures put in place that may restrict Namibians to travel within their own country. And if that is the position, it is not, that is going to be more catastrophic. But for now, if that is still open opportunity, then industry is willing to look at offering special discounts for Namibians, which will be good now that the schools are on holiday and Easter is upcoming. That may be incentivizing more Namibians to travel, and that way they will be able to make some income and keep the jobs. Although Namibians themselves have to make also the conscious decision whether they want to travel or whether they want to remain self-isolation even over the longer weekends or public weekends that we are going to be having.
According to the World Economic Forum, 50 million jobs could be lost due to the pandemic worldwide and will take up to 10 months for the industry to recover.